Nearly 3,200 retail stores are closing this year, a 24% increase compared to last year. The iconic Garvey's in Hollywood is closing after 55 years. The owner says in part thanks to the $20 minimum wage, they couldn't get a profit, while others are citing inflation on everything. The top closure includes Family Dollar stores at over 600 of them, followed by Route 21, 99 cents only stores, and CVS. Here to discuss it, Bar Rescue executive producer Jon Taffer, seeing a lot in the restaurant industry, too, as you come up on your 250th Bar Rescue episode. What an accomplishment. I know you're in St. Louis to do another one. But, Jon, we just think that the people you talk to, the businesses that you try to look at their books and help them out, how much are all these things affecting the economy, the local business, the small business owner?
It's massive, Brian. I mean, look at California. They increased pay rate to $20 during the highest inflationary period possibly in the history of our industry. They could have plateaued it in $2, $2, $2, worked it in over a few years and had a little sensitivity to the business, but they didn't. As a result, not only did that Arby's close in Hollywood, but Rubio's Coastal Grill is closing 48 locations because of that. So every side of the business is being impacted, Brian. There's a bit of a gloom in our industry right now. Occupancy costs, insurance costs, food costs, labor costs, utility costs. Everything is up. So we're struggling to make dollars that we can. And, Brian, if I can add a point, CBS is closing about 320 stores. That's 8 million square feet of retail space. What about the landlords? What about the bankers and the property holders? I mean, this has a consequence that goes far more than just the closing of stores, the eliminating of jobs. Communities are losing their services. Drugstores are not going to be there anymore. Restaurants are not going to be there anymore. So this is consequential, not only financially and from a real estate standpoint, but it's consequential in quality of life, availability of services. This is not a small matter. This is going to change communities. Yeah,
20%. The prices have gone up across the board, 20%. Utility costs. People are focused on the gas in your car, but what about what it takes to cool off your house or heat your house or your businesses? It really matters. You also went on to say, you would tell me in the break, this is not about political personalities. It's about policy. What do you mean by that?
Well, if there's anything I've learned in the past few years, Brian, politics is not about people. You can hate an individual but love their policies. You can love the individual and hate their policies. What we are living through now is a consequence of policies that have caused these inflationary impacts, these payroll impacts. So, when we vote, we need to think about policies and how does that impact our individual communities as well as our nation. And these policies are going to devastate many, many communities.
The other big story, and the president's doubling, tripling down on this, he brought it up yesterday, 2 weeks ago in Nevada. He said, I am for stopping the taxing of tips and gratuities across the board. I don't care if you're a driver or a waiter. What does that mean for you guys, in your business especially?
Well, I think it's massive. I think the consumer loves it as much as the employee. In the restaurant industry, Brian, we're struggling to find employees, to keep employees. Could you imagine if you worked in a steakhouse, let's say, and you make $100 a night in tips? Now you get to keep that money. At the end of the week, you made $500 in cash. Better for the employee, better for the industry. And you know what, Brian? If I was the customer tipping and I left $10 on the table, I love the idea that that employee gets the whole $10. So right. I think there's a consumer appreciation of this policy as well. It's terrific. The industry needs it. The employees need it. And I'm thrilled that Trump has even mentioned this policy and is so committed to it.
I just can't see coming out against it. Are you going to be, there's nobody who, literally, it helps people who are going to be rewarded for the service they give. And it is the fundamental American policy, capitalism. If I do a good job, am I going to be rewarded? Yes. How about immediately?
Yeah, I think it's a great policy shift. The industry needs it, and I think the consumer is going to appreciate it as well.
All right, congratulations again. Bar Rescue's getting better and better. Jon Taffer, thanks so much.
Good to see you, Brian.
Yep, he does 250 episodes now. It's amazing.